Hello, and thank you for being here. Welcome back to another video. Today I'm gonna have you sort through and test this cosmetic travel bag or toiletry travel bag out with me. So this is a little bit of an experiment, okay? We are going to do a trial and see if the items that I need to bring with me on my trip will fit enough in this bag in addition to my makeup. My goal is to use one bag for all things, and this includes for my child as well. I decided to return the pink cosmetic bag that you may have seen in a recent previous video and decided to try this one instead. So we are sitting in a huge mess of stuff, and I'm in my pajamas just out of the shower, and I wanted to do this as I have some downtime, so I wanted you to see. But you must promise to not judge what you're about to see because there's a lot of stuff. Okay? So what I'm going to show you in this bottom drawer, which was once organized, has just become a holding cell for extra makeup, like travel size products, just all sorts of things, like also this type of thing. This was part of a gift with that my stepmother-in-law gave me last year for Mother's Day, maybe. Anyway, so I'm not gonna show you everything in this drawer, but we are going to be pulling some items out, and I might be discussing with you some of the things. So first I wanted to start by getting a look here. This is a travel blanket by the brand Gravel, and it's very lightweight and it smushes up into this pretty compact bag. And this is for the airplane, as we will be on a red-eye flight over to London, our first stop. So, and then I also decided to invest in this because when you move around from place to place in a new city or country, sometimes the lodgings, right, might be too cold, it might be too hot. It's always nice to have some options, especially if it gets a little too cold, to have an extra layer available. Okay, similarly, I did also get this Turkish towel. This actually came in a FabFitFun box of mine that I have since I've canceled that subscription just because, well, a variety of reasons. But anyway, I may bring this as well, as I do like to bring a very lightweight towel when we are abroad, because you never know when you're gonna swim or go sit at the beach or at a park or need an extra layer of warmth or something like that. So I do hope to include this in our packing as well. Certainly not in our toiletry bag, okay? So let's begin by getting the items that I need to do. Let's do that first. So let's see here. Just trying to be a little organized for you all. I'm scooting closer to you. Okay, so I'll start with this. These are some flushable wipes that are, oops, sorry about that, individually packed. Okay, and I decided to get these to put some in my purse because of myself walking around, traveling in the heat, in using a bathroom and being in different places. I mean, sometimes toilets don't have toilet paper, or you have to go on the side of the road. That only happened one time. Don't judge me. It was a sincere emergency, I promise. And so it's nice to have these. So these are marketed to, it just says feminine fresh wipe, so it's marketed in that way. It does have sunflower, aloe, and rosemary. And these are also helpful when you have a small child who might need to go number 2 in a public place, and sometimes the toilet paper isn't enough, and so it's always nice to just have something like this. So I am going to have a few of those. That's one thing. The next thing, in a similar vein, some TMI, is I did pick up this very tiny whole body deodorant by Lumi. It says for pits, privates, and beyond. This is in the soft powder scent, which is not my favorite, and this is the invisible cream. But what this is it's meant to help with scent, smell, like sweat, and I just get kind of sweaty armpits usually, and my native deodorant is just fine for that. This is in a scent I've never had before, wild cherry and yuzu. It's very sweet, as you can imagine. And with this, though, it is helpful maybe to have available if you do need to reapply if you're out, or anything like that. I'm not sure. I just was curious and wanted to try it, so we'll see. Okay, so that's those. Let's open up my big drawer, and here I have the Not Your Mother's Plump for Joy dry shampoo. Apparently it is an orange mango scent. I've tried this brand before a long time ago, and I wasn't hugely impressed. However, it was one of the travel size dry shampoos, and so I decided to pick it up, and it'll do fine for what I need. Okay, next I have this Lumi body wash, which I love. And this is in the travel size. I also have it in full size. Highly recommend. Now, my opinion of their body wash is that the Clean Tangerine is the nicest scent. The other ones just smell kind of weird. Although I have to say I haven't tried the, I think it's maybe coconut and vanilla one. This one smells just the most neutral, maybe a little bit of a citrus scent, but nothing too musky or overpowering. And so this is the body wash. And I've got this travel toothbrush, which is ready to go already. Next, I have this Downy Wrinkle Release Spray. I decided to purchase this because we are going to be living out of a suitcase for a month, and we know that things can often get very wrinkly in there. So it's my little shortcut to ironing. And let's see, I'm not packing this, but you can see how this drawer has become just the place for these miscellaneous things. Okay, what else do I do have more in here that I need? I'm digging through. Let me try to bring you closer so you can see. As a regular flyer, I have always been germ conscious on an airplane, even pre-COVID. However, so I put this in my carry-on, and I just spritz down the armrests, the seat buckle, the table in front of me, and then I use a disinfecting wipe, just the ones that just can fit in your purse. Let me see if I have one in this. And then I just use an antibacterial hand wipe to wipe it down. And you guys, I cannot tell you how many times that the wipe has come back physically dirty, and no judge, I know that especially post-COVID. Airlines have been to the max in many ways and have raised their prices for us, but they don't always have the amount of time, turnaround time, to properly clean and sanitize things. So I love bringing this, and it just makes me feel better. Also with my son, who's all over, hands are all over touching things. So we just do that as soon as we're seated, and that takes care of that. Okay, so those are going to go not in our toiletry bag, but they're going to go elsewhere. Then I have this pack of Q-tips that I've had for a very long time. You see, when I take big trips, I get anxious, and it's all part of the process. And what I do, which I do not recommend, that I am working through now, is I buy like toiletries or travel supplies, and then I will use maybe 2 Q-tips on said trip, and then I'm left with this, which is fine. And I tell myself, well, I'll just use it for my next one. And we do travel frequently enough to where it's worked out usually. However, it is something that I want to examine and think a little bit more about in terms of consuming to fulfill an emotional need or fear. Okay, just Q-tips, and look at me what I'm talking about, just from the Q-tips. Okay, then we have this little vacation sunscreen. This came in, I don't know, something I got, and it's a nice size. Now it is only 30 SPF, which is a little low. I do know that, I believe the study around, I think you just need a minimum of 35 for it to be as effective as SPF 50 and 80 and all of that. So this is a little low, but it's nice to have, okay, to reapply throughout the day. Okay, so let's see. And then I have, this is almost empty. This was my travel lotion before. So then I have this smaller size here. This is a little bit more sheared. This is more creamy, thicker. Obviously, we have moisturizing cream versus moisturizing lotion. For now, we've got this. And let's see what else we find. Makeup I bought for a special occasion. It was disco cowboy themed that I had to do my makeup. Okay, let's see. I do have this. Now this is a travel size Poopery spray before you go spray. It's a citrus scent, and I have never really used this, but we are going to be traveling in close contact with multiple different groups of people, and I don't know what that will look like, and so we might be using this. I don't know. I'm not that self-conscious, honestly. It was because, I'm telling you, it was my anxiety buying that spray. Oh my gosh, you guys, this is so TMI. Okay, next in here, yeah, we have like spare makeup brushes. So here's a conditioner. I'm digging around for the shampoo. Sorry if that's noisy. We do have this Sensodyne toothpaste. I'm thinking about just bringing my full size of the Hello brand that I use, but I have to think about that. So for now, we're going to put that here. This is a pill holder, which I had to get a bigger one to fit my vitamins. Okay, so here is a shampoo and conditioner. I did purchase the refillable pouches, and I'm going to be using that for another body wash and my face wash, things that are full size that I need to bring with me. Anyway, so shampoo and conditioner, we'll just put that in the pile. What else do we have? Oh, we have an e.l.f. primer. This stuff is amazing. amazing. Oh my gosh, it's like super glue. So let's assess. We have shampoo and conditioner, body wash, toothpaste, toothbrush, dry shampoo. What's in here? Oh, more miscellaneous makeup. Okay, which is actually good because I can sample it in our toiletry bag and see how it fits. I just want to show you, this is also where I keep palettes, which I never ever use anymore. This very old one. This one I took with me last time when we were abroad for a while. It's just matte. I love it. Very neutral. This is more shimmering. I'm not bringing any of these. I don't really wear eyeshadow anymore anyway. Okay, let me just assess here and see what I'm missing. This was a travel bag from my mom that I'm going to donate. Okay, I'm bringing this for my son. He obviously is not a baby, but this does the job just fine, and it's a nice travel size. I do have this Hair Alchemy treatment serum. I will be bringing this. And this just has the Cetaphil lotion. I have a giant tub of it, and this is so old, and I just refill this every time I travel. And then I do have my razor. So let's see what we've got going on. In just a moment, I'm going to open this pocket here. Now, typically, I have used this on a trip. We were gone for 2 weeks. It was okay. I didn't hang it. I don't really like to. I feel like it gets so heavy that it just, I don't know. Yeah, it's a great product though. Look, it's barely even used. It still has the plastic covering. And I have, what is this? Hair ties and, whoops, oh, I'm sorry. Black Opium sample perfume. Whoops, where are you? There you are. That I've obviously used a lot. I try to save these whenever I get samples to take traveling with me instead of something else. So these are all unused bags. Okay. Oh, I think I threw this in here. I'm sorry. Oh, this little activity book that I got for my son for the airplane, even though we're taking a red eye, so he's going to sleep. But we do have another flight in the middle of our trip. And I did also get some baby wipes to put in the suitcase. Okay, I think that settles us now to just take a look in, let's see, hold on. You're with me in real time. Thank you for being so patient. The rest of the things are mostly just miscellaneous makeup. I do have this. We don't need to bring that because we won't be with our cats, my little babies. All right, let's go ahead and look at the toiletry bag. My leg is falling asleep, so bear with me. Oh my gosh, this is a mess. Just remember that we are leaving for a month and we'll be moving around a lot. And this toiletry bag is not just for me, but also for my son and then also for my husband, just for a few things. So I don't even know what this is like. So first of all, you hold it like this. I do like that. And it looks like it opens here. let's explore that. So here we have one section that does have some elastic organizer there and some containers, some compartments. Then it opens here on the top for some more. And these are two separate compartments, which I actually love because then I can do hair and then like body and face. So why don't we start with that, okay? So we're going to select our hair, our shampoo and conditioner. Where did it go? Let me look in this pile. Okay, so we're going to start by placing that in there. That's hair. Then we have the hair serum also a part of that, and I just snugly tucked those three in. We might have some, we might have some crossover because there's definitely going to be more body than hair. And while I was off camera, I discovered also this is my husband's shampoo that he likes to use. And there was one more thing. No, that's not it. Okay, so that's hair. Let's just see what this side is like to start, okay? So we have body wash there. We have the body lotion that I'm going to need. We have the travel razor. And this is, I think, going to go in my purse. We have floss and mouthwash. This is a mouthwash that we like to use. And so we have that. Have my toothbrush. I mean, this definitely has tons of room. This is the toothpaste. I'm also going to have to put my son's toothbrush in his toothpaste. So we've got Q-tips that will go in here as well. This is my face cream that I use. It's Splurge. It's probably the most expensive skincare item I own, and it's way more expensive items, but it is one that I keep repurchasing. That goes in there. This Tide to Go pen. I normally don't bring stuff like this, but with my son, I use so much stain remover when we do laundry. In fact, every time I do laundry, I am pre-treating his clothes, some of them, with stain remover before washing. So I did want to bring this just in case, just to get ahead of the stains that might show up on his clothes. So I'll put that in there. I've got the wrinkle releaser, as you know, which I'm just going to stick in with the body. This kind of doesn't make a ton of sense. We have this extra sunscreen that actually is going to go in my purse. So I'll put this in there. I did get a few of these emergency packs. I just in case, obviously it's quite easy to access a pharmacy. Sometimes it's nice to have things on hand in case it's late at night or early in the morning. I personally am somebody who brings my own pharmacy when I travel. It's, again, just part of, just being a type A person, anxious person. So I do have these, and I think we're going to slip these right in here. So remember, we're not doing a nice and neat, complete toiletry thing. I just wanted to experiment with the size of this. I am concerned about the weight. So, which was something I worried about when purchasing it. So it has so much. Look at this. So I would put like my hairbrush in here. I mean, so many other things too. Yeah, it's going to be heavy. And so it might need to go in my husband's suitcase because me and my son are sharing a big one, and then my husband will have a big one for himself. So I'm thinking this will have to go in there. So anyway, speaking of pharmacy, this is gonna go in the hair section because it's got all sorts of room. It's just something I do. You know, I think what happened was in 2009, oh my gosh, I'm aging myself. In 2009, my husband, he was my boyfriend for 1 year at that time. We went backpacking through Thailand for a month, or maybe, no, I think it was like 3 weeks maybe. And he got really sick towards the end, and we were in a very remote location, and it was quite stressful trying to A, find a pharmacy, and then B, communicate. Obviously it's Thailand, it's Asia, it's different than going to Europe or the UK, which just doesn't even, it's like the same as America, and same with Ireland. But I think that's why. Okay, so there's still quite a bit of room left in here. I do have other things I will need to add, like my hairbrush and some other bath and body products, but it certainly is spacious enough. This is great. It's very, it feels very quality-like, and I am concerned a little bit about the weight though, so I'm gonna have to think more about that and do some troubleshooting. But thank you so much for joining me in this rambly little impromptu video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.